I'm back. Kingdomhood conversation. Man, I got a show. Five quick things that I want to put out there in the atmosphere. Hopefully, it might change things. But before I get to that, please follow me on Instagram. I put my link in the bio, my YouTube channel, Kingdomhood Conversation. Please like and subscribe so you can get content and updates. And also follow me on TikTok. I just started there. I'm trying to get to 1,000 users. That way I can start going live directly from TikTok. So this segment is going to be five things white people need to stop doing. And I mean, need to stop doing right now if we're ever going to be able to close this racial divide between white and black. It's very tenuous. You see that situation that happened over in Alabama where those black folks jumped on white people that were trying to beat up on that black man. Look, this isn't the 1960s. This is 2023. And you mess with a black person, you're going to catch some hands. So look, you got to think about that now, okay? And we got to make changes. Otherwise, this thing is going to get worse. But anyway, I'll jump into the subject. Five things white people need to stop doing. Number one, calling the police on us. Please stop. Why are you doing that for? Why are you calling the police on somebody who's not breaking the law? They're in Starbucks. They falling asleep on a college campus, in the park barbecuing, walking through the park, walking down the street in your neighborhood. I can't tell you how many times some white person called the police on me and I was doing absolutely nothing wrong. I was in a white neighborhood in Sanford, Florida, where Trayvon Martin got killed. White people called the police on me. Police pulled up 6 cars, put up on a black man because some evil ass racist asshole called the police on me. Just recently here in California, which is, this is a passive aggressive racist state, that I was on a freeway and I was stranded. I pulled behind this car, and this car I guess he was stranded too. He had ran out of gas. Instead of just saying, "Hey man, you okay? Anything going on?" He calls the police on me. So the highway patrol pulls up behind me because we're on the freeway. Says, "Hey man, the guy in front of you called the police on you." Lucky they were cool cops. But the guy, he was a white man. He could have got out of the car and said, "Hey man, are you okay? You're right behind me. Is everything all right? I'm kind of concerned." And it would have been fine. But no, he calls the police on me. Stop calling the police on black people who are not breaking the law. Thank you very much. Second thing is, there's a history of this. There's a long history of this, calling black people monkeys. Stop calling black people monkeys. Here's why. First of all, monkeys have thin lips. Black people have thick lips. And I mean naturally, not this Kim Kardashian put air in your lips and a lot of these white women that go put air in their lips. We have naturally thick lips. Monkeys' lips are thin. And if you shave the hair off a monkey, he's pink. I don't look pink. Black people don't look pink. So he looks more like you than he does us. Stop calling black people monkeys. Here's another thing. Number three, stop calling black people racist. Black people cannot be racist. Black people own 1/2 of 1% of America's wealth. Racism is not a person, it's a system. Jim Crow is racism. Okay. Not allowing a person to go to a certain college, not allowing a person to eat in a certain restaurant, live in a certain neighborhood, uh, having laws that give a black man a 3 times more a longer sentence than a white man with the same criminal background and also and the same crime committed. That's racism. That's a system of racism where a black man with a college degree has a lesser chance of getting a job as a white man with a high school degree with a criminal background. That's systematic racism. So black people can't be racism because we don't control any systems, especially when you see a black man fighting against racism and he's saying things that make you uncomfortable. You have the unmitigated gall to call him a racist. There is not a black person that I know of. I never met one, never heard of him that wakes up every morning and thinks that he's better than white people because he's black. I haven't heard of any. Do you know of any? So if you can find one, hell, feel free to send me his information because I've never heard of a black man that thinks he's better than white people just because he's black. Second, and this is kind of like point B of the definition of racism. Okay. Now, it's a system or program that negatively impacts another race. And as I mentioned, we don't own a damn thing. White people run Main Street, they run Wall Street, they control the media, they run all the corporations, they run the government. How the hell can we be racist? You run every goddamn thing. That's why, like, well, why are they burning down their own neighborhoods? We don't own them. We don't own this. We don't own the shits in our neighborhood, and that's not your fault. Let me, say with all pain, is that that's our fault. It's not your fault. That's our fault. So that's something we'll deal with. That's another conversation. But stop calling black people racist. White people are the only people in this country that can be racist. Now, we can be bigoted and we can be prejudiced. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the great Howard Thurman said that bigotry is simply the intolerance towards another man's ideas. So we all have a little bit of bigotry in us. I'm a bigot. For example, KKK, white supremacy. That's an ideology. So if I don't like their idea, technically I'm a bigot. That's what it is. So I'm an unapologetic bigot. We all have prejudices. We all have preconceived ideas about a person, place, or thing. White, black, whatever color you are. If you're a white woman and a black man gets on the elevator, you start clutching your purse. You're prejudiced. You think this man is gonna rob you. He could be a multimillionaire, could have more money than you have. But because of the color of his skin, you assumed that he was gonna rob you. Hell, as a black man, if I see somebody walking towards me that's suspicious, I'm gonna assume certain things. They could be black. So prejudice is not our Achilles heel. It's racism that is the black man's kryptonite. So listen, we cannot be racist. Another thing, white people, you guys draw to, for example, like black Republicans, like the Candace Owens, the Diamond and Silk, the one that died, may she rest in peace, the Larry Elders, the Terrence K. Williams, people like that, Jesse Lee Peterson, these Klondike Bar, you know, do whatever you say Negroes. And you listen to them, you allow them in your party, you follow them on all these channels because you know they're going to help you feel more comfortable in your racism. If you're really not racist, if you really want to close this racial gap, sit down across the table for somebody who's really unapologetically black and is going to be about their people. And they're going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you how they feel. And you can tell them how you feel. You guys respect each other. You may disagree, but you guys have that conversation. Stop acting like racism doesn't exist. Now, I know it doesn't affect you. And in fact, the white supremacist system is what you benefit from. So you surround yourself with Negroes that are going to make you feel comfortable. Every successful person always says that if you want to be successful, you have to step into into the domain or the area, whatever you want to call it. You'll step into the space of being uncomfortable. Why can't we do that for race? Okay. Here's another thing. Stop telling, this is number 5. Stop telling people to leave this country. You got to stop telling people to leave a country that you stole. Okay. Everybody in America are immigrants except the indigenous people, which are Indians, and except black folks. So we were brought over here on chains. Okay. You can't tell people to leave something you stole. That's like me telling you that I own your car and then you need to get the hell out of it. The unmitigated gall is some people that gonna tell somebody to leave a land that was stolen from the Indians. Okay. So with that being said, when people, because there's always this really like dichotomy around, brown people, and also you got black people coming from parts of Africa that want to come over here as well. And you got Afro-Cubans and Dominicans trying to get this country as well. So it's a black and brown thing. Oh, those are the lowest of the low. Well, what the hell were the English when they came over here? They were escaping persecution and famine and disease and poverty out of England. They came over here looking for a better life. And England didn't send their rich and their well off. They send the peasants, the bums, the criminals, all those people. That's why when they got here, they didn't know how to do a damn thing. They didn't know how to wash their ass, brush their teeth. They didn't know how to do a damn thing. Those white people didn't know how to do a damn thing. And as far as in England, have you ever studied Europe? Everybody didn't get along in Europe. There was no big happy family in Europe. Hell, the Northern Italians didn't like the Southern Italians. The Irish and the English didn't get along. Germany hated everybody and everybody hated them right back. There wasn't no big happy family over in Europe. So stop acting like, you guys came from this pristine, country. You guys came over here as rich people looking to build land and all that stuff. You came over here with this under the same situation as brown people and black people, and under looking for a better life. So these are the 5 things that white people really need to stop doing and stop doing as soon as they possibly can. That's your boy Rich. That's it. We'll see you next time. God bless. Thanks for listening.